Hey, folks, we have Miss Tricia, of course. Tricia set sail. The I mean the globe trotting Chris M. I'm honored to have him not cruising somewhere and here on the show. Well, of course, school restart kind of does that for you.
Yeah, the job gets in the
Raise
way.
your anchor. And then I got an old broke down teacher, Mark Erickson, Mr. Teacher, as you all know him. He's here.
Retired.
Retired.
Sure.
Retireder.
Retireder, right.
So, folks, Sherman had something come up. That, he's not going to be here tonight. And Uncle Dave, who all know about that, his mom passed, and please keep him in his prayers. He's not sure if he's going to come on tonight, but I'm not going to force him at all on that. We all keep him in our prayers. He's a good man, and I'm sorry to hear of his mom's passing. So y'all do the same. So anyway, Eddie may come on here shortly. We got some few other people may come on. Let's see who's all here now. I know a cruise ship drone came in kind of early. How you doing? And Attila, how you doing, Attila? Attila the fun. Let's see. Oh, I can't I screw up your name every time I try to say it. Svetlana. There you go.
Svetlana
Goldberg.
It's Carolina.
Yeah. That I'm reading it. Probably it's Svetlana, and because it looks like it's an E to start off with. That's what.
Svetlana.
It's the print's too tiny.
As long as you're not trying to pronounce names in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Mac Movement, how you doing tonight? Welcome aboard. And there's Mr. Zach. He's here. Let's see here. Oh, controversial. Scott, good video this morning, buddy. Very topical. He did a video this morning. Yeah. He did a video about the what YouTube and the new monetization and how to follow it, how to read what they're saying, what you need to do. Yeah. Pretty good video.
I saw the thumbnail, but today was day one of my new job. I'm doing both jobs at the same time for 2 weeks. Pray for me.
We're praying for you, yes, ma'am. Hey, Mr. Juma, how you doing? Nicole, how you doing tonight? Howdy. Howdy. Wakeview. Keith, how you doing, buddy? Now I know now I can read your name better now. Svetlana. Excuse me, my Texas accent. Welcome to the show as usual. Let's see, Mark. Music Obsession. Tracy Hammond. Oh, that's at Cheese Adventures. How you doing tonight? I'm gonna throw your name up there. There we go. Everybody saying hi to one another. Miss Linda Montemayor. How you doing tonight, Miss Linda? Travel with PMB. How you doing tonight? Miss Vicky, Foodie's here. How you doing, Miss Vicky? Down South Stitchers. How you doing tonight? The Cruising Mac. How you doing? Good to see you. Good crowd tonight. Good crowd. Cruising complete. Howdy back at you. Oh, folks. I hope y'all staying cool, man. I just saw the weather report this evening. And from tomorrow all the way through the end of the 10-day forecast, nothing but hundreds down here. in the Houston area. Now Galveston's a little cooler because of that Gulf breeze that helps us out. But that's not triple digit, man. And you think towards the end of August we'll be trying to get on out of the summer mode, but it's the dog days of summer, man.
It sure is.
Yep.
Satan called. He wants his weather back, and I want to give it to him.
Definitely.
Well, I can tell y'all what. In Oklahoma today,
how you doing?
Rick, 112.
Whew. Those are controversial cruising temperatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
He lives out there in Arizona.
It's just so uncomfortable.
Sure is.
We
until the end of October. That's
about
just
11,
hard, Leslie.
about 11:30. We're done for the day in the house.
Yep.
I was scrolling through just randomly through YouTube a little while ago before Ron and Darlene came on, and there was a video, and it said it was one of those YouTube meteorologists, probably maybe studied a semester of it in high school or something, high school science class, but they're like a polar vortex or whatever. And I was like, surely this has got to be from, last winter. No, it was posted 2 hours ago. I'm like, okay, full of crap. We got a an Arctic blast coming. I'm like, full of crap. I'm not clicking on this because then my feed's going to be all YouTube meteorologist.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Gerald. How you doing?
Yeah, we was out welding on the stage trailer yesterday, and the grass caught on fire because it's like
So dry.
Yeah, everything's yellow and burnt now. So
Yeah, Tricia, I watched Mr. Weatherman to get the Caribbean and Bahamas forecast. So he's pretty good. He's actually a weatherman in Orlando, I think.
Is that on YouTube?
Yes, Mr. Weatherman.
I'll have to look him up.
Yep.
I wasn't even looking for weather. I was just scrolling, just, wasting a little bit of time.
Yeah, he'll give you a 3-day forecast for each of your islands and stuff too. So,
right. Hey, Danny.
On the way home today, there was the subdivision before mine. I've got a dog. The subdivision before mine, there was a group of people right at the entrance, and it looked like they were helping an older lady. I don't know if she was elderly. I really couldn't tell, but I don't know if she was, passed out from the heat or if she was like heat exhaustion or something. But I was getting ready to pull off and see if they needed a ride to, someone's house. And I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw an ambulance coming. I went, know where they're going.
yeah.
So.
Funny Lord.
Hey, I had a question. When's everybody planning on going to Galveston? Because I plan on driving in, and if I'm coming through, save somebody $1, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Hey, I'm flying in on the 29th. And staying in Texas City at the La Quinta.
Well, it's funny you said that because I'm staying in Texas City too. I'm probably gonna stay at some friend's house, but where their house is about 5 minutes from the La Quinta.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I've got an Escalade, so if we could.
Yeah, and I think I'm not sure if Dave is going to change his reservation or if he's even made a reservation, but we originally were at the Comfort Suite, and Mike and Tracy were telling me about the La Quinta, and it was a little more expensive, but I think it's a nicer place to stay. So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
I moved over to the La Quinta, and I'm not sure what Dave is doing. But yeah, I plan on coming in the 29th. I was trying to look up to see what time I'm coming in.
That's funny you said that because I think that's when I was planning on driving down. So I could probably plan it to where, if y'all are coming in, I'd just catch y'all and bring you to Texas City, which,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah. I arrive at 11:05
in the morning.
in the morning at a hobby.
Yeah, because what I would probably do is
Good job.
take off about midnight from here, and that would put me down around there, you know,
Yeah.
to pick up, you know. And I thought, hey, if I could save people $1, it's worth it. Yeah, I got to drive it. I got to drive it anyway. So
Yeah,
Right.
I may definitely take you up on it because if I can save $1, I know I see Mike posted down there talking about going to be down to the 29th at La Quinta as well.
Right.
Because that's Mike and Tracy are the main reasons why I switched over there, because they were Mike was like, hey, we can get you to the port. I'm like, yes. So
well, I mean, as Rick knows, I'm from the island. I grew up there.
yeah.
From the time I was 4 years old until I was 18. So,
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I know it pretty well too. And so, you know,
Well,
anything
well,
I,
go ahead.
you know, as many, I mean, I could put 6 in without luggage.
Yeah.
We could strap it to the top or something.
That sure beats the heck out of Eddie's plan. He was going to make me sit on the hood in my granny rocker. So
I saw that. That was, I mean, that was pretty funny, I might add.
And I just want to say hi to everyone who's in my chat. I'm totally like hands-free right now. I am so tired of messing with the computer today that I'm not even touching my mouse. So hello to everyone who is saying hi in my chat. I'm really not ignoring you. I just don't feel like chatting. So
I hear you. Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, I love between you and Mike and Tracy. I feel like those of us who don't have a vehicle, y'all can help us get from Texas City to the cruise terminal. So that'd be great.
There's a pretty good on around the Emmett Lowry Expressway from there. There's a place called Gringo's Restaurant. It's a really good Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just on around there a little bit. There's a burger place, gourmet burger. I can't think of the name of it. It's kind of a single kind of place, not a string franchise or anything. So Beyond Burger or something like that. Anyway, there's lots of nice places there. Go and get something nice to eat and all that while you're there. So,
hey, Texas Cruiser smoked barbecue is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter,
we'd have to go back up the highway, Chris, for that.
my daughter's birthday's November 4th, and she's already put an order in for a brisket. So I'm gonna smoke a brisket for her.
You won't hear me cry.
Yeah,
Katie's. Yep.
I'm looking forward to that. I was looking at that menu.
Right. Katie's is really good.
No, it's.
I mean, you can't get any fresher seafood in there. They can pull them right off the boat.
Mm.
You know, all 3 of those down there are pretty good. Willie G's. What's the other one, Rick?
Katie's in Fisherman's Wharf.
Fisherman's Wharf. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. We
used to go. We used to go down there a lot when I was a kid.
Excellent happy hour deal set up. I mean, the happy hour menu and all that stuff. It's really good. And then, of course, Mama Teresa's. I'm hot on Mama Teresa's over on a strand over next to the Opera House.
Yeah, Mama Teresa's has been around for years.
I love that snapper Parmesan. God,
that's iconic in Galveston, Mama Teresa's.
Oh yeah. Excellent pizza.
Kind of like Guido's, been around there since.
Oh, Guido's on the seawall, you can't beat. And if you look for a good place, you get a breakfast that just makes you roll out the doors. It fills you up so much. As Miller's on the seawall.
I'll tell you what, I hope I can get them all together and we can go out to the spot and sit up on the upper deck. The last time I was down, I brought people down with me, and we went out there, and
Yep.
they had the bar up top, and that water, the wind coming in off the Gulf. It was just a perfect evening, and so that's a neat deal.
This one's Lucy. Mike was asking what kind of dog this is. She is a Beagle Lab mix with more lab than anything. And this is Lucy. Piper will be barking here in a minute because I have Lucy in my lap.
Lucy.
Lucy's so nice.
Hi, Lucy.
Oh, Piper's warming up. I hear the growl.
Yep.
Jealous.
Cam Fam, Mitch.
Hush.
I just want to be heard.
Mitch come down there too, Mark.
I'm sorry to hear you.
Mitch, Cam Fam, he's over there in Humble over there, and we met and went to Kelly's restaurant, Country Cooking, over there in League City one day.
Oh, I like that place.
Him, myself, and Zach. Zach was there and his kids. Boy, we had a great breakfast that morning.
Well, my good friends Donna and Tim, they actually live in Texas City, and last time I went down, I booked a La Quinta, and I got chewed out by them. They're like, "Why did you pay that?" Because I helped them move back to Texas City, so they're like, "Next time you better come to our house." I said, "Okay, I will." So, great friends, childhood friends, went to elementary school together, so
Right.
It's like going home.
Right, Paul. Denise. Yes, Denise. Oh,
The
you can
fishing
get those
boats
all
would
the
go out
channels.
to the snapper banks. When I was a teenager, I worked on that, Rick. I don't know if I told you that, but I'd get the dock about 4:00 in the morning, and we would head out to the snapper banks and then be out there till come dragging back in at 6, and
Yep.
fish would be cleaned, and we'd unload the boat and turn around and do it all again the next morning, 4:30 on the dock, and out we went. So, it was a great place to grow up, and I miss it. I really do miss it a lot.
Well, I wasn't living on the island at the time, but as soon as I got my driver's license, man, I was running down the Gulf Freeway, and of course there's no Gulf Freeway then, just feeder road and a couple of overpasses and all going down
Right.
that way. And I'll go down to Galveston Island and run the roads down there, run the beaches, and my mom was a real estate agent for many years, so I kind of got a love with the architecture. So I started running over by the Strand area. Back in those days, Strand was pretty rough, but I saw the architecture there. The architecture, I said, man, I was worried about it because the architecture is awesome, and I just knew those buildings were going to fall down in on themselves eventually if somebody didn't fix them up. And of course, not long after that, that's what happened. Mitchell and all these rich people came in there and they started fixing up those buildings. Now we got this golden gem down there in the Strand area of all these awesome buildings. So,
well, that little oyster there on the Strand, there's a little oyster bar. It's one of Derek's favorite places to eat. And across the street, there's a sports bar. And I walked in with some friends because I went down there and did a wedding for a really good friend of mine a couple of years ago. And the guy that owns that come out and he said, "Mark, how in the hell are you doing? It's been years." And I thought, oh my God. And yeah, he owns that oyster bar and the sports bar there on the Strand. I think it's like 25th Street. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but great food at both places. And that little sports bar, we went down there and they had some good bands playing down there, and it was really neat atmosphere down there, even after, you know, in the late evenings.
Yeah. Paul, the Strand is more like an area. There's a street through the middle of it called the Strand. But this is the original, I mean, way back in the 1800s, original downtown for Galveston.
Right.
You know, all these buildings built before the 1900 storm. And some of the buildings, they'll have plaques up, and they'll show the water lines of, of when various hurricanes had come through for the flooding and all that.
I mean, and from the Strand, you go one block over and you're on Harborside, which that's where the cruise ships are. And, you know, I guess that's one of the big things that, you know, when I went down for a reunion 2 years ago, this blew me away, was just how much growth that Harborside had. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then what's in the future is this, you know, it's a game changer for that whole island, really.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Paul, there's a place called the Opera House. If you heard, you said something about theater. There's an old 18-something opera house down there with, you know, if you imagine what the opera house looked like back in those days, this way this still looks inside. It's a,
you know what, Rick? I performed in there.
Is that right?
In the opera house, sure did.
Yep. I haven't performed in there, but my daughters and
I did. Let's see. I did Kiss Me Kate in there. I did and then there used to be a place called Strand Street Theater for children.
Right.
And I grew up in there too. Yeah. And doing shows at the Opera House.
It's an experience going there.
And then
they have those old balconies up there on the side.
Yes.
And it's just, you go in there and you feel like you're going back into the early 1900s, late 1800s.
Yes.
Theater, because it's a phenomenal place. I saw the B-52s in there once. Then I saw the drum corps called Stomp, where they do the cans and stuff like that. That is phenomenal, and I see some great shows in there. Dance recitals. I've been in many dance recitals in there. Tracy,
well, you know, my career started out as a teenager in Galveston. In theater. I did the Strand Street Theater, and then the Opera House, and the Tower Theater in Houston. And, you know, actually I got a college scholarship.
That's pretty cool.
And at the University of Houston. And then I moved up here and went to Cameron University, which is a subsidiary of University of Oklahoma. And, you know, after that, then I went out and did professional theater for a while, and decided I didn't want to live out of a suitcase. So I came back, got my teaching degree, and
there you go.
Got married, had kids, and the rest is history. Now I'm retired.
There you go. Yep.
But yeah, it all started right there in Galveston.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, Tracy, the Gulf Freeway is a work in progress. I basically, I can tell you, it's still 3 lanes. They did shift over between the Texas City Y and the Causeway on the island. They did shift the lanes over to the new feeder road, service road surface. We're using that while they bust up the concrete where the main lanes are, and they're going to redo all that. But that's what's going on. 28 towards the end of 28, it may be all finished through there, but it's a work in progress. That's all I can tell you. So,
You know, one of the things last year when I came down for the Seascape that I was really surprised at was just the access to the MSC terminal and how easy it was to get to there, you know. And because, you know, I went down to the 14th Street and came across because I knew Harborside would be just, you know, with the other ships
right.
loading up too. But, and then this last year, you know, when I went on the MSC Seascape 2, same deal, you know, the access to get over there to the terminal it's pretty, I mean, there's not a lot of weight. And I think they just, that layout is very well done. And, you know, I hope they, you know, and I, from what some of the drawings and stuff I've seen, that a lot of it is for the new Royal is going to be a lot, you know, that kind of care is being given to it too. And,
Right.
you know, I think the bottleneck for me is coming off like you said, coming off the causeway and getting over to Harborside.
Yep.
If they can speed that up and get more volume.
Well, no, the plan is to put when you come down off the causeway and where you exit off for Harborside, there's going to be a ramp, a flyover.
That'll help.
And that take you past all that intersection, past those high dollar gas stations, past the tracks, railroad tracks. You drop back down.
Right. And, you know, I hope they put in, you know, 3-lane, 4-lane highways so that they can move volume out, you know. Because even, you know, I left, I pretty much came straight home last time on the Seascape. And so, you know, traffic wasn't real bad going off the island. But I mean, you could tell that, you know, a couple of ships was, you know, disembarking.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think, you know, if they do 3 or 4 lane in, 3 or 4 lane out, it'll really
It'll help. Yeah. And there's still some talk about eventually past that point, all the way down to the ships, the port area, elevating Harborside and elevating it all the way down.
That would help too, and just drop down to the different ports.
Yep.
That would really help it a lot.
Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Yeah, that would be a huge help. Huge help.
Well, you know, I don't know if you've ever been up around Wichita Falls, Texas. You know, they have 287 that comes across there.
Yep.
And comes around to 45 coming out of Oklahoma. And that's one of the things they did was put in that flyover and elevated almost all the way through the whole town. So that the traffic basically goes over the top of it. And that really made a big difference. I guess it gave them back their downtown.
Right.
They probably did that 15, 20 years ago. And I was up there last week and I thought, man, if Galveston does that, that would relieve it a lot.
Scotty J. Yeah, that would be. See, here we go. Paul. There is still, there's on the Bolivar Peninsula, between Galveston Island and Bolivar Peninsula, there is a ferry service. They got like 6 ferries. I think they're going to add 2 more. They ordered up 2 more ferries, so they're going to have like 8 eventually. So,
and you know that Margaritaville Resort's over there on Bolivar, isn't it, Rick?
I thought it was going to be more on the west. Well, yes, there is. Yeah, there's going to be a community over there. Yeah, sure is.
And that's kind of a neat place. A lot of campers over there now, but they have a outdoor stage and stuff going over there too. Last time we drove over there and kind of checked it out, it would be kind of a neat place to go for the day, and
Hey,
get some.
Malibu, thank you very much, buddy. I got it. You're going to be the first to get this, buddy. Here we go.
Well,
Thank you, buddy.
AI just never ceases to amaze you, does it?
Yeah, Mr. Eddie did that for me. Mr.
But
Eddie.
that's sharp.
Yeah, I thank Mr. Eddie a bunch.
I'm glad to see that Eddie's getting back around. You know what?
Yeah,
I really am.
I agree.
So, Chris, are you on this cruise, or are you school?
I am not. I'm school bound, unfortunately.
Need some help.
I've been there for many years.
Yeah.
It feels strange. I got to tell y'all what I did last week. School started, and being all these years, that first day of school, and so I was up about 5:30, and I went down to the local store, got me a cup of coffee like I've done for so many years, and I drove by the school and I watched everybody drive in.
Can't give it up, buddy. You can't give it up.
Man, I just grinned like hell, went on when they made myself another pot of coffee.
Hey, Jennifer, I haven't heard. I think it's going to be like 2 or 3 years. It's a big community, and they're putting another one in Texas City, an over 55 Margaritaville community, a large one. I don't know how many 100 acres. It's going to be huge in Texas City. Yeah, I agree, Malibu. They need to put that. They're working on that airport. I think it's going to get done. Yeah,
That'll be a game changer right there.
Hey, Sherman, where you been, man? You out there roping goats?
Roping goats.
Yep.
I know they told me the other night the excursion that was planned, Tricia, is that the group excursion?
The Paradise Beach in Cozumel.
Yeah.
The one that a bunch of us are going to.
You ever been there?
Oh yeah, it's great.
They
have you been?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I went in February, I think. It was wonderful. We stayed at the pool the whole time.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's just serenity,
Yeah. Or maybe it was February or March. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm kind of in Honduras. I kind of really want to go out to the West Beach. It's one of my favorite places out there. Yeah.
We're doing
Like I might have told this story. I met a guy that owns a place down there, so it could be a fun day excursion,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for my app. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I know, I think in Belize, I'm tubing down the river in the rainforest. Let's see.
What's the stop in Belize? Is it Sturt Cay?
No, it's Harvest Cay.
Harvest Cay. Yeah, Harvest Cay. Yeah.
Okay, I've been to Harvest Cay before too.
So yeah, in Roatan, I'm doing Tabiana Beach and snorkel. In Belize, I'm going to do rainforest river tubing, and like I'm missing one. We're doing Cozumel. We're doing Paradise Beach, in Costa Maya, I'm hitching a ride with Uncle Dave in his golf cart, and we're going to go to Crazy Lobster.
Oh,
You know what? I think if there's enough
man.
people, you can do a 6-seater for like $200. In Costa
Yeah, I don't know
Maya.
what Dave got. Yeah.
Uh,
Dave just messaged me and said, I got a golf cart. You're going to Crazy Lobster. I said, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, free margarita, baby.
Fun. And I have a friend that's about a block down the street there too, and she has a place called the Jaguar Cafe. So
Okay.
we can kind of meet up with her too. She
Nice.
I don't know if y'all have ever been to that magnetic jewelry place there in Costa Maya.
Yeah.
Actually, she owns that, Rick, and she also
right?
opened up this Jaguar Cafe, and she has Starlink. So if we want to do lives, she's told me that we're more than willing to do lives. She's got a big patio type deal, and she said you guys could do lives right off that beach. And use my internet. So yeah, that would be a neat deal.
Very cool.
Her name's Colleen, by the way.
Yep.
Colleen?
Yeah,
That's my daughter's name. I'll remember that.
with magnetic jewelry. If you look on my, I think if you look on my TikTok, I did an interview with her, and she's talking about that Jaguar Cafe and getting it open, and
Okay.
so it's kind of a neat place. If anybody's
Hey, Shakira.
in Costa Maya, she's and it's a block from Crazy Lobster. So
I'm excited to see Costa Maya because when I went before, which was earlier this year with one of my girlfriends and her daughter, we did an excursion that took us into it was just it was a van ride, bus ride, whatever, and we got to make tamales and make our tortillas, and then we had the Mayan lunch or whatever, and then they took us to another place to go swimming for a little bit, and then we just went back to the ship. So I'm excited to see what's
I'll tell you what, something that you will really enjoy is the red shirt golf carts. That is, to me,
I've heard a
Costa
lot of
Maya.
good things about them. Yeah.
What's that?
I've heard a lot of good things about them.
And you know what? They're really, it's a family owned deal. And I mean, they get you in the golf carts. They have people that are out there in the cars. Something happens to that golf cart, they got you another one in minutes.
Nice.
So
They're
it's
the only company I use down there in Costa Maya.
you use them too, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're great. They're good people too.
Yep.
I feel very safe using the red shirts.
Yeah.
Nelly,
Hey,
I'm excited to see it all.
Hey Sherman, we can always all go together and get another golf cart, and just have us a caravan.
I'm excited for Costa Maya.
Still think Rick needs to get on the ship.
Nelly's here.
Rick, I think you and Donna just should all pull the plug and go. Just tell them you ain't going into work.
We have to take care of our youngins first before we take off.
Yeah, I hear you.
We've been watching these Mexico life videos now. It's kind of like the Caribbean life, and about these people going down to Mexico and all buying houses and all that stuff, along the beaches and stuff. And we both look at it. We both started pulling out calculators, and I know we can do. We can. I want to go to Cozumel, and I think she kind of has an idea about a couple other places. But
hey, I tell you what, Derek did me a heck of a fine on that 12 something. That's for two.
Right.
And
Yep.
He told me Mark, it's really cheaper to book it for two. I said, well,
Right. That's right.
I mean,
Right. Um,
Into that, Chris.
Chris,
Yeah.
did you hear about that? About a woman? She went to use the restroom on the Harmony of the Seas, RCL. This is last year.
Got hit in the head or something?
Yeah, the one of those access ports came loose and came down and hit her in the head. Now she's suing Royal Caribbean for $75,000 for pain and suffering and brain damage and stuff like that. That's sad to hear that happened to her and all that. But I don't know. That's probably something Royal Caribbean probably won't wind up settling out of court. You're not going to hear much more about that.
Right.
That's my take on that one. But yeah, that's sad.
I kind of wonder what was going on in that bathroom, Rick.
Just going there and use the bathroom, got up and getting ready to leave, and the service access panel fell off and hit her in the head. Yep.
Well, that's not the only time a piece of the ceiling or whatever has come down, because wasn't it on the one of the Norwegian ships that in one of the restaurants or bars?
It was on the new one.
Yeah. I don't remember which bar it was, but or was it a restaurant or a bar? Regardless. But they had some ceiling panels fall.
Yeah, they had a bunch of them fall down or something like that. It was like a whole section, I think.
Yeah.
I remember just hearing about that story. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back. Derek texted me something, so I'll be right back.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, something like that. It's really unfortunate. Just, how much damage did it do and stuff like that. You can really never know.
Yeah.
How hard it hit somebody. Did it knock her out? Did it really cause those types of injuries and stuff? And in the overall scheme of things, she has brain damage and spinal injury and stuff like that. $75,000 really doesn't even cover medical bills. I mean, that's a drop. That's a drop in the bucket.
Sure.
Gerald asked you a question, Miss Gerald.
I am south of Gary, Indiana. My hometown is about 30 miles out of Gary, Indiana, but I currently live south of Gary, about an hour and a half. So, yeah, I am south of where all that bad weather hit on Tuesday. My wife was actually heading up north, and she didn't get caught in the tornado. She went up, pulled over to a gas station, and got caught in a bathroom for an hour as the bad weather passed last week. So yeah, but we are south of where all that bad weather hit. So yeah, we're kind. I know of Gary, Indiana, and the region. That's what we call that area up there. But yeah, that's because I fly out of Midway, Chicago, when I do fly out mostly. But yeah, I'm familiar with the area.
Yeah. Hey, Malibu. Donna does the same thing. She's taking some medication where the heat really affects her, so she doesn't get off there in Malibu at Costa Maya. Now, I will get off and may do a little shopping. I price the tequila. I always go there to price tequila, but I always wind up buying it in Cozumel because I get cheaper in Cozumel. But I'll drink a beer there and get back on board the ship. I don't spend a lot of time. I like the little stop, but I just, we keep talking about getting over to the Crazy Lobster, but we haven't done it yet. Malibu said he was on the Luna and it was the restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't heard about that. Well, wait a minute. I think I have. I didn't know it was a lure. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Mark's band is playing in the Hard Rock Gary.
Nice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hard Rock is right off the I-94 right there. so I'm familiar with where it's at. You have to let me know.
Yeah.
October 3rd. Okay. I might need to check
Gaming
that out.
convention. Okay. There you go. That sounds like a lot of fun. Now, Sherman had to put 2 cents worth in. Nobody will listen. Yes, sir, Mr. Keith. Thank you. Thank you a whole lot. $3,500 steps. I'm glad you counted them, Nellie. Yep. I that's why I would do the taxi ride, or at the minimum the golf cart. Yeah. I wouldn't walk all the way over to Mahawal. Nope.
Mm-mm. So, Rick, did you hear about the couple that some fight, and they say that they don't know an undisclosed ship, but everything that I've read, people are saying it was the Carnival Freedom, but I don't know that for a fact. But
yeah, they still didn't said yet, but yeah, you could be.
They went
It's
into
one of the
this.
ships there. Yeah,
they went into this room. I guess there was some altercation, some disagreement between the neighboring rooms, and they went in there and got into a fight and started hitting people, including a 9-year-old kid. So I saw that on the Brevard County. I actually saw it on the Brevard County Sheriff's Facebook page before I saw it on any of the cruise news sites.
Yeah.
But if you want to
he
laugh,
was inviting them to his version of a cruise ship.
Exactly. So, like, what's wrong with people?
Oh, I tell you,
been involved, though. Alcohol was definitely involved.
well, they were arguing with each other in the hallway, and somebody stuck their head out and said, "Can you keep it quiet or move it, go somewhere else?"
Right.
You just wait. They were screaming at each other. Well, the guy oh no, anybody don't talk to me like that. They've been doing this bit, He was loaded with alcohol. So he went and barged into their room and started waylaying, doing this bit. And the woman he was arguing with, she went in there and said, "Yeah, hit him some more. She's had her phone out, doing all this stuff. And so she was encouraging them to hit the people some more. And they were, and before they were the ones who started the argument. So it's just.
Did you see their mugshot? They look pleased.
Yeah.
They did not look like
they hit him because he had a big old black eye.
Yeah, they said that she did.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, was that she whacked him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought ridiculousness. People spend all this money, even on the cheap cruises. You're still spending a pretty penny to go on these cruises, and you get on there and you act a fool. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sign of the times.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
I mean, until we get back to realizing that public, behavior has to be, we're seeing a reflection of what's going on out in the real world, and it's not a pretty picture.
No.
Folks, you go on the cruise to relax, have a good time, have some nice drinks, have some good food, do some neat entertainment things, activities that you don't do back at home. Fighting is not one of, you can do that in the street at home. If you feel the need that you need to have that in your life, go home and get in the fight, and the chances are you're going to probably get shot doing it. But I just tell you,
with when I was on the seascape with y'all, we was so busy just gathering information from each other, and we didn't have time. We didn't have time to do much more than That's probably one of the most enjoyable cruises that I've been on. Because it was just so relaxing and so. Made you want to get up and go find everybody and just sit down and on to the next,
Yeah.
next conversation.
I mean, I look forward to meeting the other cruisers, have a good time talking to them, find out where they're from, talk about their shared experiences and stuff like that. I mean, to me, that's the biggest part of the fun right there. Don and I both.
I think you teach yourself.
Don will pick up some old guy named Mark or something and have a long conversation.
We had our private place.
Yes, y'all did.
But Rick, you're right. If you're really cheating yourself out of the experience if you just don't open up and meet people, and because we're coming from different parts of the country.
Yeah.
And for 7 days, you can learn so much about different cultures right there on the ship with ever going off into the port.
I mean, I get all that before even getting off on an island. I get all this cultural exposure, like people from all across the country. There's cruisers from outside our country all the time.
Right.
We get people from Mexico, Central America, English people. We get them all on the ship on the cruise with us, and then the crew. Man, I got a lot of pins on my hat from crew. I was talking to Donna the other day. I'm real excited to have a pin from the Philippines. One of the bartenders gave me, and another one from Slovenia. I mean, I enjoy all that. I don't want to detract from that with some stupid fisticuffs. Come on.
And those folks that get on the ship and act that way, they act that way on land too. They bring that with them. It's not a cruise ship. It's not exclusive to cruise ships. It's their behavior in general. This is how they behave, and they think it's acceptable, or they don't care that it's not acceptable. It's not they think it is. They just don't care.
Yeah.
And that's what's sad is that it ruins the experience for so many people, not just the folks that are involved, but for lots of folks that are just trying to enjoy their vacation. Yeah, I read that too, Rick.
Yeah, I'm totally for that. The penalty, I think the penalty's got to go up for misbehavior. You misbehave, it's going to cost you, and it's going to cost you dearly.
Yeah.
And by doing that, then people will go. They'll think twice about stepping out and doing that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris will tell you this: in public schools, we really have to hardline that, because if not, then those kids get out of control. And when you lose control of your establishment, it just steamrolls. Yeah. And I think that's a case of what's going on now.
I taught for 17 years before moving into corporate America.
Right. Some people just cannot leave that street crap at home. So many people, they have to bring their BS at home. That's one thing about you going on a cruise. You leave all that stuff at home. You go off that gangway, it peels away from you, and it stays on the dock.
It should.
It'll be there waiting for you when we get back home if you feel the need to have it. But you don't take it on the cruise ship with you. Too many people doing that today. Too many people bring that street crap with them, and I think it's ridiculous.
Hey, do you know when Sherman and all of them are going to arrive in Galveston?
Don't know about Sherman. Dave was planning on coming in on Thursday, unless he's changed his mind. And Mike and Tracy are driving in, and I think they're driving in on Thursday. Sherman may be coming in on Thursday because I think he might have been talking about dinner as well, but I can't remember at this point.
Yeah.
Eddie is going to be coming in, I think, on Friday. He and Alice are driving. I had to get a plane ticket because I didn't want to ride on the roof.
You know, I kind of thought about the Beverly Hillbillies when I saw that picture.
They're crazy.
Yeah. You know, old Cheryl been giving me Cheryl Boucher on Cruising's Fun Anytime for you folks who don't know her. They have that show every weekday morning. Something live.
It's Go Live Together.
Yeah, there you go. Go Live Together. And they have various people on there, but they brought up something last Friday about, they said something about there's a new resort opening up in Galveston County that they want me to, they heard about it and they said, Ricky, we need you to go research it, go check it out. It's a nudist clothing optional place.
There you go. You're all over it.
And Cheryl had to talk about it again today. Now we have the Texas Cruisers supposed to go check this place out. So I got on there on the chat board and said, hey, the shorts may come off, but the hat stays on.
Oh my.
So they were having a lot of fun with that today. And I kind of mentioned that on Vicky's show too. And Vicky said, look at you. Her eyes got this bigger.
That's one thing.
Something that Cheryl's been trying to get me involved in.
Yeah. That is one thing I'm going to miss about this new job that I have. I won't be able to listen in because, I did a lot of working and lurking because it mostly is just me and my computer. But my new role is going to have me doing a lot of training and stuff. I mean, that's my new job is I am a trainer.
Hey, cool.
So I will be doing a lot of that. So I will miss a lot of my morning chats.
Yeah. They Vicky had to say that Willie is supposed to come down here somewhere. Said, Ricky, maybe you and Willie can go and hang out. I said, what do you mean by hanging out? Ain't no be hanging out going on here.
We may meet up, but there will be no hangouts.
No, there'll be no hangouts. That's for sure. Yeah, you did, Gerald. Gerald, you were one of the instigators too. Now, come on. You do all you can to instigate that. Hey, Miss Lori. Nobody bans you.
I saw in the chat Michael Ann asked if I had Shipmate. So oops, that's not Shipmate. That's work. Let me get out of that one. I don't want to authenticate. I do not want to log into work.
There you go.
Not happening. I love my job, but it's the weekend or it's the evening. I wish it was the weekend. Yes, I am on Shipmate, and if you just type in Trisha Sets Sail, all one word, you'll find me. And it is 12 days until my cruise, y'all.
That's what Danny says.
Yes.
Oh, no, Danny said 25 days. Oh, no.
Well, that's to the meetup. I'm literally going on this cruise with my mom. That's what if you see me typing, I was
Nana.
Let's see Nana. My mom and I are doing the cruise, but I was chatting with someone who's going to do transportation for me, picking us up at the airport in Fort Lauderdale, then driving us to Miami, and then getting us from the ship back to Fort Lauderdale. So that's what I was doing when I was typing on my phone. But so I'm doing this cruise with my mom. We come back on September 6th, And then of course, September 7th is Labor Day. So then we'll work Tuesday through Friday. And then Friday, as soon as I get off work, Patrick and I are heading down to Florida again, going to Orlando to meet up with Danny and Chet and Robin, Sea Lake Journeys, Greg and Michelle. I'm missing people. Darian, Danny, who am I missing? Ryan and Mel. So it's going to be fun. I get to meet some folks that I haven't met before.
Hey, Rick, Derek said that he just got out of football practice and that he's going to go home and eat dinner and shower up. If we're still on, he may pop in.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I don't. I tell you, man. Have y'all Win Wednesdays? Have y'all followed him on that? If you go to Island Time Travel,
I haven't followed that yet. Everything else I do, but
he does a segment called Win Wednesdays, and basically he does cruise deals, and some of the deals that come out on Wednesdays are, I mean, 4 or 5, all the way up to $1,000 off of ticket prices. So I mean.
Nice.
I booked probably 4 to 6 cruises through Island Time, and they stay on top of it, and they really find great deals. So if you get a chance, you might look them up. Island Time Travel, Derek and Amanda Phillips, and he told me that he had just, I think they just passed 39,000 viewers. So they are really.
They are piling on, man. They're doing good, real good.
Well, 2 years ago, I went on the Getaway group cruise with them. And Derek and Amanda and I were sitting and talking. And I said, guys, I'm going to tell you what, if y'all keep going like you're going, you're not going to have time to do your jobs. And they laughed. Yeah, last year, Amanda, stepped away from teaching and took on full-time cruise agency. And then, here a couple months ago, Derek has left and is full-time too. And, it's just unbelievable the growth that they've had in just these last 2 years. I'm super proud of them.
Right.
They got the Wave Award, which is it's a industry wide award for multimedia innovation.
Yeah.
A really big time award. Put game changer for them. And it's great.
Much deserved.
Yeah.
I thought. So
yeah, I did too. I mean, they love cruise industry. They love cruising, and their whole deal is, the people that book through them, they want to give them the best that they can give them. And every Monday they look at your reservation and make sure if that price drops, they're on top of it. They're calling you and telling you, and so they're worth looking into.
yeah. Yep. Royal Caribbean is making some ship moves for 27. The Ovation and the Navigator both they're pulling in the summer 27. They're moving the Navigator to the Asian out of Singapore, Asian market. And then Ovation is going to Australia. The question I have is I looked at the schedule and all. The calendar, they do have Navigator. Now, Navigator's been working the West Coast for a while, and Ovation off and on. I wonder. It looks like the kind of. I guess I was thinking abandoned at the time, but I don't know if I call it abandoned. But they're leaving the West Coast market for a while. They're moving these ships over, and I can understand the Australian market's kind of gotten hot. The cruise market industry, and of course Asia's hot as a pistol right now. So I can understand moving Navigator into the Asian market. And I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of the port that Celebrity's going to be sailing out of in Thailand.
It's sure not Puckett, is it, Rick?
No. No. Yeah, Quantum's going to be in LA, but not in 27. And it's going to be leaving. It's going to go ahead. It's going to head to Australia, and so that just kind of caused me to think about the cruise industry. I don't know, the Mexican Riviera is attracting some ships, but it's not. I don't know. There's been some issues with some of the ports they go to on that West Coast with cartel and stuff like that. I wonder if the cruise lines are wary of that. But there's some, Puerto Vallarta, Acapulco, all that stuff down through that is highly sought after ports. But I'm thinking it's changing. I think it's changing. The Ovation is one I was talking about, Nelly. Let me put this up there. Anthem has been over there, and it still is. Ovation's going to join it. Ovation's going to do the Australian market. And then Navigator's also going to go on into the Asian market. So it was just interesting reading on that. And you know me, I'm always trying to think behind the scenes what their thought process is. To me, I find that fascinating on how they come to these decisions on ship disbursements and what's the best for the company and for the cruise market. So,
well, I think if you look at it right now, though, Rick, you can look at Los Angeles.
Yep.
And there's a ton of sailings right now that are $200 per person for 4 and 5 days sailings out of LA. I think the market's kind of dropped out a little bit for Royal. I think it's dropped off a lot for a lot of the cruise lines because, Carl just said he booked something for a 3-person for an 8-day for dirt cheap too. So I think the LA market's a little weak right now. I don't see a whole lot. So I think it's strategic that they're going where the money is.
We get a lot of Californians in Galveston.
Yes.
That's a big part of the cruise crowd, and Galveston is California, all up and down that West Coast. So it's an interesting thought to see what they're thinking. I think as long as the people are willing to jump on a plane and fly to Houston and on the Galveston, I think Royal Caribbean's okay with that. That's why they're wanting to go ahead and put in that fifth cruise terminal, Terminal 14 there next to Terminal 10, so they can bring in more ships out of Galveston.
And I think another thing that may be affecting that too is, because up around the Dallas area and the Austin area, they're getting a major influx of people moving into the Texas, Austin, Dallas area from California. And, I think, the cost of living out there has gotten so elevated that, where cruising ranks, with those people that are in the California, along that corridor.
Yeah.
And I think it's just I think one of the reasons why I stay in Oklahoma is the cost of living, relative, it's very, I mean, you're not making the kind of money you'd make in the metropolitans like Houston, Dallas. But the cost of living is so much cheaper. And I mean, everything's high everywhere right now. But,
well, yeah.
I think there may be more of a strain out in California and I think that's been coming on for years too. So, just the cost to live out there is tough.
Right. Well, there's, San Francisco, Los Angeles area, Anaheim, San Diego. There's a lot of people live up and down through there.
Yes.
But the cruise, I don't know. You would think there'd be more ships like maybe going from, it'd be a lot of sea days, but going from like Los Angeles to Hawaii, a couple of island stops and come back. Maybe a 7-day cruise wouldn't work for that because of the distance. But maybe 10-day, 12-day be what they need for that. But, I think a lot of people, they just rather fly to Hawaii, board a ship there and hit the Hawaiian Islands on a cruise ship. That
right. Well,
but
I've
you
got
don't
some
see
friends.
a lot of ships out there, though. You see that only American-built cruise ship out there and a couple others, and that's about it. You don't hear about a lot of cruise ships going around the Hawaiian Islands.
Well, another thing I think about too is the amount of ships that are going down in the Caribbean right now.
Yeah.
I mean, out of, basically 4 major ports, and, and it's a 7-day-a-week deal, because one of Royal's ship may be in one day, the next day another one, a Royal ship, and then another Carnival, and you think about the amount of people and I think we talked about the amount of people going to Costa Maya. I mean, not Costa Maya, but Cozumel.
Right.
Record breaking the last 2 years in a row.
Right. It's just a thought process. Carl mentioned Princess. Well, Princess fixing to flood 8 ships up there on the Alaskan market.
They're dang near putting their whole fleet up there.
Yeah, I mean that's actually shocking to see that.
Yeah, kind of makes you wonder why are they doing that?
Yeah,
I mean,
That's where the money's at.
Right.
I mean, you look at Alaskan cruises. I mean, that's premium dollar.
Well, there are
But it
various
seems
links, various destinations and stuff, but still 8 ships flooding the market. I mean, it's that was a surprise to see that whenever I read that. So, will we continue to see that? I don't know. I don't know what their goal is there. I know the goals because they're a private company or stock owned company that they have to make the stockholders happy. So they have to be making money. With 8 ships there, will they make money for all 8 ships? It's I like to see the I guess the spreadsheet on that on their all the metrics, see what that comes up to be. It's I mean, I tell you what, there's something about this cruise industry, man. It's fascinating. And every week something new comes out that's even makes it more fascinating to read and understand the data that you see. It's
It's kind of like one of the things I was thinking the other night. Dave was talking about cruising out of New Orleans, and we did the getaway in the 8-hour trip down the canal, down the Mississippi to get
Yep.
out too. I'm thinking, why don't we build ports in like Lake Charles and Lafayette down on the coast where they're, kind of like Galveston, they're easily accessed out.
Yeah.
And, and you think what that would do for those type of communities? It'd be huge.
Oh,
I
definitely.
mean,
I think the problem is servicing people by air or getting them down there would be the biggest challenge. I think,
right.
to get the passenger to those ports.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be that. I mean, yeah, it'd save an 8-hour trip because the casinos would make more money, the ships would probably make a little bit more money, but just getting there would be the challenge. I think.
Well, I like to see New Orleans develop more of a cruise industry now. That they are they're not as restricted as Tampa Bay is with the
Yes.
size of ships, but there is another restricted level up above that they can't they can't bring in the Oasis or Icons, the XLs. They can't bring those ships in there. The world ships, but they can bring in some nicer. The Mariner is a good ship. Coming up in there. Breeze. I was on Breeze once whenever we were hiding out from Hurricane Harvey. We went to New Orleans, and the Breeze and Dream both are excellent ships. So they New Orleans can attract some nice ships. And I know it was a Breakaway that you said that was up there.
Getaway.
Getaway.
Getaway was there. Breakaway's going there next year.
There you go. I knew I saw that somewhere.
But see, they're not really that small ships either. The Getaway wasn't that small.
No, they're 4,000 people ships.
Yeah.
So New Orleans can attract some good cruise industry. I like to see New Orleans do well. So, but it's not I hate to say a threat. It's just not direct competition with Galveston.
No.
But it's fascinating. I think like I said, I was there once on the Breeze while we're hiding out from Harvey, and that I enjoyed our little Breeze stay there for a couple of days while we're hiding out. So, but it's
Rick, you go back 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, when there was a time when they talked about the whole cruise industry in Galveston going all the way up to Houston, and I mean, Galveston's had to adapt a lot in their port area to dredge it to be able to bring these big ships in. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about the dredging that's going on right now to get it down deep enough for the Icon. So, I think there's got to be an investment in it, an interest in an investment in order for it to become a reality. But when we was traveling down the 8 hours down, that ship's a pretty good sized ship, and I didn't really feel like it was cramped, So, I mean, maybe they need to invest in opening up that lane to get it down to the coast to be able to get, and I know it's a major investment, but
Right. I remember whenever the Bayport had that cruise terminal there.
Right.
on the northern end of the bay, and I saw the Princess ship there and the NCL ships there, and that was pretty. I enjoyed seeing them there, but it took them so long to hit the blue water there off of Galveston. You know, it took multiple hours to get across the bay. Now, of course, Mark, you know as I do about how that the ship channel shipping lanes through the bay is,
Yes.
and it's not for the faint of heart.
No. And I think that was the whole reason of bringing the cruise industry to Galveston.
Right.
You know, because, you know, you think about, I mean, the commercial ships that come into Galveston, they double going up the Houston Ship Channel.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it was a good move and a great move for Galveston, you know.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
You know, as a young kid, I can remember leaving Houston, and you really didn't see much of anything until you got down near Lamarck or Texas City.
Oh, yes, I remember those days.
And now from Houston to Galveston, it's a nonstop. You know, it's on both sides of the highway all the way down. And I mean, that was
before Tillman Fertitta bought all that Kima area. They had those nice little Willie. They had the Fisherman's Wharf. They had the Landry's, not Landry's, but it was Johnny Walker's there on the end. Johnny Lee's, that's one I'm trying to think of. Johnny Lee's little restaurant there along the ship channel there, along the little the channel from the Clear Lake channel.
right.
And all those restaurants, that was the place to go to eat seafood in the area. And that parking lot was oyster shell parking lots. Oyster shells everywhere. And that was a different era. Flying Dutchman, that's the other restaurant I was thinking of. That not too long ago they finally closed it and they're putting a water park in place of it. But you know, that's before Tillman Fertitta come in and bought all that for Landry's and all those other restaurants.
You know, when the astronauts say, Houston, we have a problem, Houston doesn't have the problem. It's Clear Lake that's got the problem. I mean, that's where
what NASA is.
That's where the Johnson Space Center is. And
at one time that was a separate community.
right.
And they screwed up and not doing their due diligence and making it into they didn't want it to be a city, a municipality. But because they drug their feet and all that, well, Houston turned around and annexed the whole area.
Right.
I remember when all that happened, and people were pissed off. I was pissed off, but you know, what can you do? You didn't do what you should have done, and that is, do all the work making the municipality out of that. And Houston, and that's why it's all considered Houston now, because Houston came in and annexed the whole area. So,
well, Chris, I mean, you will be. Are you flying into George Bush or Hobby?
Hobby.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
You like that a lot better.
Everyone said that was the closer one, and that's the one I should go to. So
well, you don't have to go into downtown.
Hey, I like that too.
And if you've never been to downtown Houston, it's unbelievable. Every time I come down, I drive through it and I curse the whole time. I mean, it's
you lose your religion, man.
Yeah, right.
I about do that when I drive through Atlanta every day.
Yeah, I've drove through Atlanta too, and yeah. I mean, I can tell you that It's like Atlanta on steroids. It's
what Houston is not like your New York or LA and all. It you have this huge downtown area, but you have multiple downtowns. You have the medical center. That's a huge medical area. It's the largest in the world. Then you have the area over in Uptown Houston, considered with the Westheimer, all that. There's much more skyscrapers. There's more mainly condos though. There's some office buildings there, but mainly a lot of condos over there. You got multiple areas that are considered, downtown areas of all these tall skyscrapers. So that Houston is spread out all over creation here.
Well, everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
We have a saying here in Atlanta that Atlanta is an hour away from Atlanta.
Yep.
Right. Well, that's the way it is in Houston. I mean, to go from one side of Houston to the other, you're a good hour and a half. And it's just 1 minute you're going along 60, 70, the next minute you're 30.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. And that could be that way at 4 o'clock in the morning when I usually travel through it. I plan my trip around going through Houston. I mean, just so I hit it at the right time and get right through. And it still is heavy at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Chris, what's coming up
Miss
the top of your head?
Antoinette, how you doing?
That is my curtain.
Oh, I was trying.
I don't
to
have a
figure
true
out.
green screen, so yeah, it's my curtain.
Yeah, that's why I got rid of mine. So I was like, whatever. It was driving me crazy.
Carl's being bad in that.
Yeah. I figured I'd show y'all my favorite room of the house with my pretty tray ceilings.
One of the things, Chris, about using green screens, I don't know if you know this, but if you're lighting, if you angle up and down, it'll take that back off of it, and you won't have the because what that is, it's a shadow of your head bouncing off of that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just a little trick of green screening. When I taught media productions, that's one of the things I would tell them is the position of the light when you use a green screen has to be almost at a 45-degree angle.
Hey, Sean, how you doing, buddy?
Light.
Come
Well, I don't know
from
math,
the land down under. Sorry.
Don't get him to cuss now.
No, he won't cuss if I sing the song. He'll start cussing if I talk about Foster's beer.
Yeah.
Foster's means beer.
He's trying to get me to fly to Australia and go on a cruise together.
I know he wants me to come out. I think
sounds
it's
like a lot of fun,
2029, New Year 29. I don't know if I can talk Patrick into that. First off, I don't know where we come up with the money for that, but also I don't know if I can talk my husband into that.
Yeah, they have seasons. I didn't realize they have seasons there, so I had to go there when it's getting a little cooler, so Donna won't get so hot.
She wouldn't be hot there right now because it's winter.
It's winter, yeah. That's what I heard. We had to do that sometime.
Oh my gosh, Sean.
So, Rick, how's Donna doing?
She's doing okay. She misses her smoking buddy.
Yeah. We sure had some great conversations, I'll tell you that. I think me and Donna could have changed the world in an hour.
Oh, I
And so-
too. I miss our conversations.
Yeah, I know y'all talked a lot of treason, man. I know that.
What's that?
I know y'all talked a lot of treason.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
Oh.
was a good trip.
that's right, Danny. Fosters, man. I love Fosters.
Antoinette, August 29th.
Good night, Miss Gerald. I really appreciate you coming on tonight. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Good night, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know my alarm goes off pretty early too, so I'm giving it till 11 o'clock. If we're still going that late, at 11 o'clock, I'm calling it quits and I'm going
Well,
to
we're
bed.
shutting it down by then.
Yeah, 10 o'clock your time, 11 o'clock mine.
Yep. Yeah, Danny, I know we.
The dogs are driving
I
Patrick
know,
crazy. They
Danny.
want to go out. Sean, if it makes you feel any better, I've never had one of those F beers. So,
Oh, there we go.
I've had some.
are they as bad as Sean says they are?
Yeah, they are.
All
right.
Sean.
I'm not a huge beer drinker. I mean, I found some Mexican beers that I like okay, but I'm not a big like I'm not big on like the Bud Light, Miller Light, whatever. That's not me.
I like Modelo, the Amber, the original Modelo, Dos Equis. I'm a big fan of that. There's a lot of Mexican beer. Superior. There's a lot of Mexican beer I drink. I drink
like the
Japanese beer
Blanca.
too. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, ma'am.
It's hard to find here. I had to buy a multi-pack and I only got like 3 of them in the multi-pack. I was like, this really stinks.
I find them in our stores here, especially HEB. So
yeah, we can't find
HEB's
them here.
got everything.
Yeah, I have no desire to drink one, Sean.
Y'all don't have HEB? Oh my God.
Oh, Sean, do you see that Antoinette said that she had one of those F beers? They're delicious.
Antoinette, you're gonna mess with him.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess with him. There you go.
I'll drink do they have those on Carnival? Do they have Foster's on
I
Carnival?
know I have them on Royal Caribbean because at one time, the President's Cruise, they had free drinks especially champagne. So I drank so much of that, I had all my drink voucher, and so I do not waste my drink voucher. If I have a drink voucher left at the end of the evening, I'll get the bartender to give me an unopened beer. Well, I got them start giving me the unopened Foster's, the oil can size, the oil can. It still counts as one drink on my voucher. So I got them to give it to me unopened. So by the end of that cruise, when we came off that ship, I had like half a dozen of those Foster's, a 6-pack of.
Wow. I was gonna say if they have it on Carnival, I'll do it because I'm doing Trisha Tries It on this cruise. I don't know if you've heard me talk about that.
I do believe the Horizon has Foster's. I do remember seeing.
I may have to get one
Foster's
just
of
to
our
drive
fans.
Sean crazy. I probably won't like it, and I probably will not drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
back in my refinery days, I was the battalion chief over the emergency response crews, and we all go up to Texas A&M Fire School. That's one of the world-renowned fire schools up there, and they had all this mock-ups of everything, including process units, train wrecks, all kinds of things up there, plane crashes. They had all kinds of stuff. Every scenario you could think of, a fire involved, they had a mock-up of it up there. So we go up there and train all day, and I was the lead instructor. We'll go to a restaurant 90% of the time. And whenever we go in there, right off the bat, I tell the waitress, bring me an oil can. So she said, okay. And the guys, the young guys, they never been there before. They all look at me and say, oil can. I said, she come out and set that Foster down in front of me. And them guys said, oh, wow. And so they start calling me oil can. They call me oil can out on the fire fields and all that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. I don't want an oil can. Give me a small one because I'm not going to like it.
They forced you to drink that, Sean? Oh, man.
You're like, he's Australian. He'll like it.
Yep. Oh, Antoinette said Carnival does have Fosters.
Trisha tries it.
Trisha tries it. I made my little intro to it today. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing fancy, no bells and whistles, but I have my intro now. I'll just send it to you so you can watch it.
Well, Chris, you're always in the know. You got some cruise news to talk about?
Just Tropical Storm Layla. It's all moved out of Hawaii. They're getting back to normal operations.
They screwed a lot of itineraries on that one.
Yeah, they one of the NCL ships came in early, dropped off some passengers if they wanted to go home, and then they said if you want to stay on, we'll give you an extended sea day. Same thing with the Pride. They stayed out for an extra day, but everything seems to be getting back to normal. Stay off the roads, but they're still clearing debris. But all the watches and warnings are lifted, from what I can see in the news.
Right.
So seems like they've made it through fairly well. It's just a Class 1 hurricane, but still, that's going to still do a lot of damage. So
right. Been there, done that several times.
Right.
But yeah, at least they were able to, with minimal interruption of their services and all of the itineraries and all, they didn't cause any major. I mean, I was on the Breeze, and that 7-day cruise became a 13-day cruise due to Harvey. So I consider that a major interruption.
Right.
So,
well, I'll tell you what, a hurricane moved us to Oklahoma. Hurricane Alicia. My dad worked for Texas A&M, which is right right off the seawall.
Yes, sir.
And when it came through, we was actually at the university. My dad was head of security at the time, and I'll tell you, if you've never been through one, it's the craziest thing I've ever been involved in.
I remember Alicia. Yep.
The barometric pressure drops when one hits, and it's the eeriest feeling I've ever. In Oklahoma we see tornadoes all the time, but when those hurricanes come in, it sounded like a train coming. There was a door that blew off the bottom of that building, and it sounded like a train coming through that building for hours. It's unbelievable the strength that they come in with.
We rolled out Ike too. I forget which one it was, but we did that evacuation where all Houston area evacuated, and the storm didn't come here. It went up through East Texas and all that, practically about where we evacuated to. So
right.
So we stayed for Ike, and Ike was always considered a Category 2, but that's when these weather people determined to say, we're ranking these the hurricanes wrong, because even though I came into the 2, it was big as a 4.
Right.
It had a well-defined eye, which the eye itself was like 48 miles across. It came over our house in League City. And I remember that eye came across because that's when I was able to go out and effect some repairs right quick. The chimney cap blew off. I went because I heard it come up. Boy, I thought the roof was coming off. But
Well, when the eye comes through, Rick, it's the calmest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's why I went out there and grabbed the chimney cap and put it in the garage so I didn't lose it. But yeah,
Right.
And then that back wall hit. We still had electricity. We still had electricity that eye came across. When that back side of that wall hit, well, that's how bad that is. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, the shears.
It hit and it slammed into us, and not long after that, we lost electricity. We lost it for like 4 days. And,
people get so. I hear this all the time about cruising and tropical storms and hurricanes. You know what? On a cruise ship, you're probably safer than any place else because they can.
I've been to several tropical storms on a cruise ship. It's just like a thunderstorm here.
Right.
It's not that big a deal.
Well,
you better have to take some seasickness pills, but you'll rock a little bit. And,
right.
A lot of rain. There'll be a lot of rain and some wind, but these ships they handle it. They had those stabilizers. They handle it well.
And I mean, their radars. They're going to get out of harm's way. They're going to be hundreds of miles away from that thing. So, I mean, you may get rough seas, like you said, and high winds. But, far as any kind of danger,
yeah,
I mean, they're just it just doesn't happen. And I heard people say to me, well, there, if this and if a Titanic, and I'm like, look, if you look at how many hundreds of cruise ships that are out there every day,
yep,
and the catastrophes that's happened are relatively none, then far as a safety factor, they're as safe as they can be, and even more so now with
right.
Like you said, with the new technology that's out, it's I laugh when I hear people say that because I'm just like, sometimes we take a ship and go right into the headwind of it because it's a smoother ride. Instead of jumping down in troughs, which
right.
Makes it.
I wouldn't do any more cruising during the hurricane season because we was on Harmony during Hurricane Milton, and Harmony, Harmony is one of the largest cruise ships in the world. It rocked a little bit from that because we got a little too close to the hurricane. The captain finally said, we've had enough of this. He turned around and went back out of it a little bit, and we hit some calmer water, and we turned back around and tried to make it into the Caribbean, at least salvage one island stop. But what was pretty cool about that is when we turned around and started back going to the east towards the trying to get Milton finally went on into Florida. We had off the left side we had Margaritaville, Highlander, and off the starboard side we had the Breeze, Carnival Breeze. All three was going together out of the Gulf finally. We all actually wound up in Cozumel together, all three ships.
I'll never forget when we were at Cozumel, and I was standing up there on that outside pier. You was coming up the gangway, and the waves were shooting through the holes in the pier.
Andrew, the thing Jennifer's still hanging around here somewhere, Embarkation Nation. Andrew was up there doing some videoing, and I, like you said, man, I walked through there, and those blowholes on that pier on the Cozumel, wave hit, and it shot up. I said, "Oh crap!" That just doused me, man.
Yes, it did.
And I was standing there. I said, "Oh God!" And I looked over. I saw Andrew up there. Andrew, did you get that? He said, "Huh?" I don't think he got it.
Well, I didn't have my phone on me, and I was so mad because I mean, I was standing there watching it, and I saw you come walking down the pier, and they'd been shooting out of those blowholes, and I thought, Rick's fixing to get it.
Yeah, I looking over Andrew and said, "Did you get that?" I didn't see that because I saw the like geysers on both sides of me. I said, "Oh God."
Shameless plug here. Yesterday, Chris and Eddie and Kat and I did a live stream on cruising during hurricane season. So go check it out.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yep.
Yeah, the last time I went in on the Seascape, we were, the side pier, because down on the end they parked the Jubilee, and then they pulled the Seascape in to one side of that pier, and then the Royal, the Navigator of the Sea was on the far side of us. And man, we were taking a beating just like that day with you. And as soon as they pulled that Navigator in there, it got calm as could be. Because it was blocking what was happening to us on that pier. And they even held, they wouldn't let people disembark for a while until the Navigator got in there and got positioned where it calmed that down.
Mark, the day that we were there, it was us, Seascape, for people who don't know, was on Seascape. NCL Encore was there on the other side of the pier that we were on. And then across the way there was the Jubilee. Jubilee was in there. And that got some great video. It kind of went viral. I said, "Surf's up, folks." And waves, I mean, it was flashing up, huge waves blowing up, and geysers and stuff. And it was something to see. It was.
I always wonder what those hoses were there for, and the plates on top of it.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah. Them plates didn't last long, man. The water just busted. I saw them laying off to the side, man. All the plates they had there, but that was. I was on another planet too. Walking through there, I was just getting back on the ship. I bought another. I think that's when I bought this hat. Was there?
Yeah, you was on a mission. You had
I was
a
on a
plan.
mission to get a hat, and I got this is the hat I got there. It's in a bag. I was walking up there, and it was Katie bar the door.
Yep. Well, NCL is getting ready to reposition some ships. Pearl is getting ready to go to Philadelphia in November to start sailing out of there. And then, and then the Gem is going to take over in April of 2028. And then also Royal Caribbean Star of the Seas yesterday just celebrated its 1-year anniversary from sailing out of Port Canaveral.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's been 1 year as of August 16th. It's been celebrating. And I think recently, what was it? Valiant Lady just celebrated, 5 years, I think?
Yes, 5 years.
Service, 5 years of service for Virgin.
Yep.
So now is the Diva going to be replaced by the Prima? Is that what I heard?
Starting in 28, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Galveston. And it's going to be here all through the summer, which is unusual. Usually they're here during the winter. So my thought is they're going to be here summer and winter as Prima.
Okay.
Hey, Jennifer, I cherished the time I spent sitting there on that. See, we had all these content creators, and so we had the best time, sharing ideas and talks about the industry. And I had some of the best conversation with Jennifer, and she gave me some great advice, and I took it to heart. and I appreciate her and Andrew both a whole lot. And that's some of the people I cherish meeting. You know, Mark. That's when we met Mark on that cruise, and we just. I mean, it is to me that's still one of the best cruises I've ever been on. Especially,
Rick,
with all the content creators.
I could tell you took a lot to heart on that because I noticed when you got back, you got more aggressive about your content, and then your visual presentation of your show is changed 2 times over, and I mean I've seen a big difference, and you know. Bill was another one that was great to sit down. Bill Banter.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I thought about, you know, I've watched his live quite a bit, and this some of the conversations that you and I and Bill and Donna had, and just the knowledge that Bill brings to the industry too is.
Bill told me stick with my as a basis of what I'm doing with the YouTube is the Galveston news, because he said, Rick, he has. I wish I knew the stuff that you knew, because you know you have the stuff going on, you have connections, you present this stuff, and he said you keep doing that, that. That's what Bill told me. You know, sometimes you like when you start here, like you mentioned it. I wouldn't know if I was doing anything right or not. I was doing what I felt I needed to do, what I felt good doing. But then after that cruise, I met like Jennifer, Bill, and you know you and gosh, somebody else I was trying to think of.
Derek. I spent some time with Derek and Amanda.
Derek, yeah. And Derek's one long time ago told me you got to grind it, Rick. You got to keep doing it every day. And
well, you know, and even in you know, I had a conversation with Derek about how to present contact, and I said, sometimes that people just want the realistic presentation of what you're actually doing. I said, and sometimes we get caught up so much in editing and the presentation of it that I said, I think at time you're going to almost burn yourself out. So, I've noticed how his presentations are a lot different. It's more true to this is what it is. If y'all get a chance, look at their European vacations that they just got back from.
Right.
I mean, and he was one morning he just got up and he was walking down through the Airbnb and the gondolas and he did a whole deal on just gondolas and bridges.
Right.
There wasn't nobody out there, and I told him, I said, man, that is so true to this presenting what you see and what you see, what you hear, what you feel, and I think that's what attracts viewership.
Another thing I found is that attracts viewership is passion. Having a passion for this business, for this industry. I still have the same passion today that I did the first video I did, the video number 1. Now, tonight we're hitting 801. I did hit 800 today when I dropped my my drive-by video, and tonight's 801 videos now that I have done. I mean, they're all my children. Every video I've done are my children. They're my creation. And I still have a passion for it. Yes, Donna. Donna thinks I'm nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get somebody.
Well, a couple of months ago, Chris was on a live on the ship, and he just laid it out there. This is what's going on. This is what's happening, and I found that so interesting. That I stayed on his whole live just because it was true to the moment. It wasn't
Right.
canned. It wasn't. I just found that very, very realistic, and I started following you, Chris, and and I think that's important when you're creating content. Yeah, I remember that. I was sitting right there.
You saw the look on my face when he handed that to me, didn't you?
Yeah, I tell you what, I wished I'd have had a camera in my hand. Because I mean,
you ever mentioned it just now. That's why I thought of that.
Yeah, because Jennifer and her husband and all of us were just sitting there, and the look on your face was I wished I could have recorded that, you and Donna both.
Oh, yes.
It's like we've reached our pinnacle.
As soon as it touched my hand, it became an instant family heirloom.
Hey, it was almost like a Tony Award for cruise ships.
Yes, and then I was cradling like a baby. Then I handed it to Donna, and she did the same thing. She had it wrapped up.
Right.
I'm surprised you even let it go, Rick.
They're going to be dead. They're dead son of guns.
I'm surprised you even let it go. Let somebody else hold it.
I thought he was going to break off with, I like to think, the Academy.
Yeah.
So, Donna, did he sleep with it that night? I just want to know.
He sure must have, because it wasn't me.
It's like Donna and I both. We were both kind of we're seasoned cruisers. We've been on a lot of cruises. We were both a little bit nervous going on board Seascape that day when we boarded that ship, and as soon as we entered the terminal till we went through the ship and all that, it was beyond what we imagined it was going to be.
Yeah,
and we became instant MSC fans. So I thought,
well,
MSC,
the meetup the night before when we all met up.
Yes.
That was a neat experience too, because it gave us a chance to get to know each other a little bit, and y'all probably thought I was crazier than hell because I showed up in the duck costume. But, I thought, I talked to Amber and I told her what I was going to do.
Jennifer.
And she basically told me that if I didn't show up with it, that she was going to call me out in front of everybody. So I showed up in it, and just to.
Give me Mark for a second. Good night, Tricia. I know you need to go. Good night.
We'll talk again, Tricia, about because I'll be coming through about, I'll probably be in a little bit earlier, but I'll kind of,
all right. Sounds
make
good.
a way. And if I can pick some of y'all up and just bring you on down, that'll save. There's no sense in y'all having to pay to do that when I'm coming right through.
I appreciate it. That's great.
We'll kind of get with Dave and see the flights and see when y'all are gonna,
Yep, sounds good.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
All righty.
Good night, Tricia.
Good night.
Tomorrow's 11 days.
Well, you go ahead, Mark.
I've moved up the cabinet ladder.
Yeah. Well, Chris is down there next to the whiskey.
Yeah, that's where I need to be. That's a good spot for me.
I'm going to do that European cruise with Derek and Amanda and all of that, and I'm kind of hoping that turns into a content creator deal too. because that's one of the things I truly enjoyed. I enjoyed the sit down with the captain and the whole executive team, hotel manager, the chief engineer, the operations officer, and we really had a chance to see, and I think that was really well, another thing that made that cruise special was, Ryan, when I went back this time, and I don't know if y'all seen the video I did with Ryan kind of promoting the next group cruise. And, I said, Ryan, Derek's bringing another group. He said, well, let's do a promo for it. So he said, we had a chance to sit, we talked to him right there in the theater.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, very personable. And the hotel manager too.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Hotel manager helped me. He escorted me off the ship. He helped me, got me. Hey, come on with me, Rick. I'll get you out of here.
But you know what, Rick? I mean, I think that some of the other industries, other cruise ship industries ought to take note of that. That personable, it doesn't take that much to jump over, especially when you have a big group like that. You knew what they were, and you couldn't have bought the promotion they got that week.
Yeah.
The initial sailing, all those content creators went out and said, hey, this is something you need to go check out.
Right.
And I really do. Ryan, off camera, him and I talked about that. He said, that was, he said, Mark, we've been really fortunate since we got here. And he said, I kind of felt like,
they made a home here. They made a home.
Yeah. Now, Rick, were they escorting you off the ship friendly, or were they behind you kicking you in the butt saying, get off my ship?
The way I said that while ago, that could have gone either way.
Were they just saying, get off my ship, you Texan?
But, MSC, I mean, they did it right for first time coming in here. They studied us. I feel like maybe it might have been a lab rat or something, but they figured out what's the best way to enter this market, and they did not. I didn't see any missteps, Mark. I didn't see any missteps in what they did.
No,
get into this market, and they did it. I mean, they did it right. They did it right.
Well, and there's something to say about, I mean, they're reaping the benefits of doing their homework.
Yep.
Chris will tell you that as a teacher, if you do your homework, you come to class prepared. And if you come to class prepared, the results can be good.
Absolutely. You're not going to be nervous about the results of what's going to happen.
And that's exactly what they did. Right. Down to just understanding how the southern people of the United States are. Yes. I mean, even, the northern people are different than the southern.
Oh, definitely.
Southern people are very open, very, here I am, take me, leave me if you, and that's the difference between, my dad's family's from New York, New Jersey, and I could even tell as a kid when they'd come down and we'd meet, the southern hospitality is different, and I felt like Seascape
different, very different.
Caught that. They understood it. They understood that if we're going to grab these people, then we've got to be very open, very out there, and it paid off for them.
Yes, it did. Big time.
Right.
All right, gentlemen.
Well,
I'm going to head out. 5:45 comes along
I'm
pretty
fixing
early.
to shut us
so-
down, Chris. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, folks.
Y'all be good tonight. Thanks for
yes,
everybody
sir.
coming by. Hey, let me plug Danny's fundraiser real quick. In
Go
my
ahead.
at the bottom of my chat, I've got it linked. I've got it pinned. So Danny has Costello syndrome. She's one of a very few in the world that has it.
Yep.
She's trying to raise some funds to help her go to the convention. Danny's in all of our chats. She's a mod. She
Mod
was
on
there
mine.
for us. We need to
Yes,
be
she's a
there for
mod on
her.
mine.
I've already ordered my popcorn. So
Yep.
hopefully it'll be in pretty soon. So everybody get out there, order some popcorn. If you don't like popcorn, order it and donate it to your local teachers, your local housing shelter, wherever you want to donate it to. So but get out there, support Danny D, because she supports us more than what we know. So we love you, Danny D. Thank you for all you do for us.
Thank you for posting that, Danny. Yep. Hey, everybody, y'all have a good night. We went over, but when we have fun stuff, we go over. Chris, appreciate you coming on board. Mark, always enjoy your point of view, cruising, and being a good friend. We've enjoyed your company, man.
Yeah, I look forward to getting. I'm probably going to come down the 29th, and hopefully we can get all these guys together and
we'll have a beer.
Yeah, just meet up someplace, and I think that would be really neat, and show them Galveston's. I think Galveston gets a bad rap, but a lot of people come in for cruises, and they really don't get a chance to experience the charm.
So, folks,
and if you
y'all
hit the like button on all of our channels too.
Yep, there you go. And
Chris, take care of yourself, buddy.
Going our
Good to
channels,
see you, Mark.
man. Y'all have a good night, and be sure to do that. Hit the like, subscribe. It helps our channel grow, man. Miss Donna over here said to do it, so folks.
And we all know we better do what Donna says.
Yeah, right. And that leads up to this next thing I'm going to say. Be kind to one another. Y'all have a good night, and I'll catch you later, man. Good night.
Happy wife, happy life.